Hi, and welcome to Philly Hot Radio. My name is Showtime the Hype Man. We are broadcasting live on the YouTube channel. For those who are about to watch us, we're about to broadcast live around the world. Testing one, two. So, what's going on out there? For those who are about to watch us, we are broadcasting live on the YouTube channel. My name is Showtime the Hype Man. What we are doing something different where we are trying to build something and hoping that everybody that's watching us will get a chance to see what we are trying to do. My name is Showtime the Hype Man on Philly Hot Radio. We are broadcasting live on the YouTube channel around the world. So strap up. Hope for those who are watching us get a chance to see what we're actually doing today. So we're going to be going back and forth and hoping that the really understand what is really going on. Dealing with new equipment and dealing with technology. Hey Dion, how you doing? My name is Showtime. So I'm going to get into the show where yesterday we're going to talk about what is actually going on around the world. We hope that our listeners and those who are watching us will definitely understand what is actually going on, where we have seen a lot of bumpy roads and a lot of things that are going on. So, for those who are watching me, it's important that what we're about to say, we hope that our audience will continue to watch Showtime the Hype Man, because what I'm doing, I'm trying to build something that has never been built before on a live radio show. And also what I've been doing, I've been dealing with this equipment and spending some time home where I'm trying to educate myself, educate myself, because anything you into, it's important that you read and you study. For those who maybe not understand that when it's hard, it's not hard. It's this you have never done it before. So I want to give a shout out for those who are about to tune in to watch me and those who are about to watch me around the world. And we hoping that those who are watching us stay tuned for what we are trying to create and what we are trying to build. Nobody knows how hard it is to build a podcast radio station. Nobody know how hard it is where you come up every day and hoping that something will happen. And that's what I've been doing. For those who know, I've been working hard behind the scene, and even those, it's not about the views, it's not about how many people like me, it's about doing the job. And that's what Showtime the Hype Man been doing. I've been doing the job. Every day I get up, I'm always practicing good faith. What God has gave me good faith to do something that I thought I'd never be doing. See, the difference between regular people and ordinary people, regular people do the same thing, in out, in out, in out, in out, in out. Ordinary people are willing to try new stuff as they get into their 40s, their 50s, and early 60s. You meet a lot of people that have been doing the same thing for 50 years on the same job, the same environment, the same friend. Showtime the Hype Man, I don't have a problem of building new friends. I don't have a problem meeting new friends at my age, because you'll be amazed at the friends that you grew up with and the friends that you thought you had, even the family members, where y'all feel like none of y'all have accomplished nothing but friendship. Where I'm trying to develop financially friendship, building and prosperity into my better years of living the best life of my life. Where those who may be getting to a certain age where your brain cells has programmed and you adapt your brain cells to duplicate the same thing over and over and over, so you are comfortable and you're not changing your mindset. Where a lot of people just do the same thing repeatedly over and over, it never challenge the brains. Where for those who maybe graduated from high school 40 or 50 years ago, they feel that that was accomplishment. Even those who maybe went to school for 4 years and went to college where they have a degree sitting on a wall getting dusted, they believe that they accomplished that. Where also I have showed me being in a city that I love very much, but I have watched so many people in Philadelphia always trying to be around somebody that they think they're making it. And you find out that nobody's really making it. For those who are about to watch me, I'm about to say some things that most people are afraid to really talk about. Where have you challenged your intellecting? Have you challenged your thought process? Have you been trying to be a risk taker? I want to give a shout out to my friend Joycey out there in AC doing a great job. Terry, Dion, you know I love you too. Dion, I want to thank you for your comment. For those who are about to watch, we're going to be talking about, have you challenged yourself lately? Or you have been comfortable in your lifestyle, you've been comfortable with the money you're making, you've been comfortable with the same friends. Have you challenged yourself? It doesn't matter how old you are, it doesn't matter your age, it doesn't matter where you've been at. I don't want to hear nothing about what you did in the past. It's about creating, and it's never too late to create and do something that you have never done before. Have you challenged yourself? A lot of people, and I am watching how blacks are falling way behind financially in the United States of America. Because we have not been able and are afraid to challenge, and half of us are afraid of failure. Half of us are afraid of fall. Half of us wonder what people are going to say if I do this at my age. And they trying to, they are, why don't you sit your ass down? You too old to be doing that. You ain't never too old to do nothing. Don't y'all let nobody stop y'all. If they want to be old, let them be old. If they don't want to do nothing, let them do what they do. If God gave you an energy level at your age and you still excited about life, if you still excited meeting a friend, if you still excited dating, if you are still excited getting on planes and travel all over the world, if you excited about a new life, don't let nobody stop you. Too many people have fallen to, hey, Rodney Lucas, my brother, my friend. Too many people have set in a mindset of not creating a better future for their life. Too many of us sit around waiting for somebody to give us something when nobody's going to give you nothing. For those who think that it's in your circle, they'll go around talking about you and tell my man, you know, he called me up or she called me up. Give him something to talk about. That's what Showtime the Hype Man is doing. I'm giving my audience, my fans, my viewers, even those who are watching me around the world, I'm giving them something to talk about. Where most people are afraid to talk about what's really going on. Have you challenged yourself lately? Or are you just living just to wait for a pension check and a social security check and talk about what you did in 1980 or what you did in the 70s or what you did in the 90s or what you did in 2000? That's over. What are you doing now to challenge yourself, to better yourself? Are you working on your condition? Are you exercising your body and your mind and your spirit? What was the last time that you looked in the mirror and did a hard look in yourself in the mirror? So that's what we're talking about. So before I get into the show, I want to give a shout out to some of the things that is going on. Those who know that Showtime the Hype Man will be hosting one of the Up News shows that's going to be presented on May the 1st. For those who don't have tickets, tickets are $20. $20. These are black promoters. These are black artists where we have never understood how to help small promoters, middle class promoters, even big promoters that are Afro-Americans, because we have never learned how to help each other. We have never learned how to spend money and tell my, but that ain't no real show. Ladies and gentlemen, Zigming Music Production is presenting an all-school show and dance featuring Touch of Class of Philly owned, Philly Destiny Band, Philly owned, Corey Wilmington, a.k.a. King of Hooks, that sang with the Temptations and all he sang with the Intruders. This young brother got over 562 hooks. Also, DJ Big Brother, Philadelphia owned. Also, Showtime the Hype Man from Philly Hot Radio. It's going to be the host. Saturday, May the 1st, 2021. Doors open at 7 p.m. Showtime starts at 8 p.m. and the event is from 8 p.m. to 12 a.m. Masks are required. Guess where it's going to be at? One of the oldest traditions, the only black owner that is left in the city of Philadelphia that owns the Barber Hall at 1402 West Oxford Street in Philadelphia, PA. You must be over 30 to dress to impress. Tickets only $20. $20. Live entertainment, live musicians, speakers, jam. Also, the place serves food and alcohol will be served. We're going to have some fun. We're going to be dancing the old school style of dancing. So for those who like to get tickets, you can call Showtime the Hype Man at 484-477-6348, or you can call me on 267-481-6764. This show you want to attend right here. Also, we know that Wake Up, Rise Up from Philadelphia, where they are looking for sponsorship, where they are trying to do a virtual worldwide concert around the world, where we are looking for sponsorship. We are looking for people that maybe have sponsorship inside their organization where they have a certain budget where they'll give off to certain sponsors. Even those who want to get their banner or your business where you can give a $25 donation, a $100 donation, even a $1,000 donation to help this cause that Wake Up and Rise Up, where we're trying to raise plenty of money so this venue can be successful, where only dreams of two people can make a dream a reality. My name is Showtime the Hype Man. We're going to be pushing all the way to September the 21st. So we're asking those who are sponsorship, those who like to get involved in this big event, Wake Up, Rise Up concert. Also, every Friday night from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m., Philly Hot Radio present the Buzz and Cuzzy Show. That's right, hosted by Reef Good Beer and Don't Play Me will be hosting this show. They are every Friday night on Philly Hot Radio. Also, we have another show, Let's Talk Guys versus Girls. That's right, we got a show here every Sunday at 5 p.m. where guys versus girls, talking about conversation where guys and girls are holding conversation while a lot of relationships may not go right, or maybe a lot of females and a lot of males have never been in a healthy relationship. So tune in every Sunday at 5 p.m. and you will hear some great topics about Let's Talk. Well, a lot of us are involved in relationships. Do you have a great conversation with your soulmate, or someone that you think you're in love with, or someone you've been with 20 years? Are you still having great conversations at home? Are y'all talking about real issues at home? Or do you have somebody else that may be outside the relationship where you can have a better conversation with this person, even though you and your wife together, but your conversations are not as strong to someone outside where y'all having better conversation, where this person allow you to be a better person, this person allow you to bring out the best in you. My name is Showtime the Hype Man. We are talking about, do you have great conversation with the person you live with or the person you deal with? Or do that person really make you happy? Or generally, are y'all always challenge each other when y'all having just a regular conversation? My name is Showtime the Hype Man on Philly Hot Radio. Whistle while you work. Saturday show, but today is the 12 noon show. For those who like to call up the radio station, the phone number is 484-477-6348. Dial in and tune in and talk about where are you at in your relationships, where y'all have great conversation, where it can be in the bedroom, it can be at the kitchen table, it can be in your living room, or it can be y'all sitting home watching TV where you want to have a conversation with your soulmate or someone that you may be in love with or someone that you with where y'all just sitting down having a gentleman conversation. For those who maybe got some experience in that era where I am hearing stories on the outside where most people just living together just to pay bills. Where there's no conversation. Where they're not even going out for dinner. Or they're not even entertained to build a relationship, and they're in a relationship because of the bills and the responsibilities after they've been together for 20 years, where they became comfortable, both of the parties has became comfortable just living together. I am not a psychologist, I'm not a counselor, but these are issues where I feel that where we are not really talking about it, or we maybe be embarrassed knowing that I live with a man that he treat me a certain type of way inside the house. But when he go outside, he put on this mask like he's treating me like gold. Are you in a toxic relationship, or are you in a relationship that it became like drug to you, like you addicted to some type of drug? Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Showtime the Hype Man. We are talking about toxic relationship. Or are you happy, or are you just used to your partner inside your home? Maybe that's not a topic that my audience and my viewers would love to talk about. Or maybe there's something that we're afraid because what the public might think, or what our friends might think, or what our family, when your mother or your father know that her daughter is in a bad relationship. And she afraid. Where you have some brothers know that his wife is cheating on him. He knows. But he in it because he loves her. And he accept that. That ain't good, my brother. That ain't good, my sister. And those who have experienced relationship where you find yourself texting. You find yourself trying to control two households. It's so many people that want to be in a relationship with trying to hold down two people. For those who are women that do it, and some of the men that are doing it. It's hard trying to maintain two relationships where it becomes compulsive living. Before you know, you in it. And it's not hard to love two people too. I experienced that when I was divorced. Do we really talk about toxic relationship? Do we hang on to a person because we become used to the sex? Or do we get used to the feelings? Or are we discomfortable the way we get treated just being with that person, the feelings of having sex, and then once they leave the house and they go home to the person they with? Or are we discomfortable just the way it is? See, a lot of us meant to play, but we wind up staying longer than we're supposed to be. Can we handle our relationship? Can we handle what it takes to maintain an unhealthy relationship where you're trying to make the relationship healthy? For those who are watching me around the world and those who are just sitting there, and maybe I am hitting something that somebody going through where they don't want to be in it, but they in it because we laid down with that person a couple of times, and what happened was our feelings are more involved. Or do we feel that we settle for that for the person that we thought that was in our life? And we'll have people, they always talk about the 6 months where they'll do everything right for those 6 months. Then after that 7 or 8 month, that rural person come out. My name is Showtime, my hype man on Philly Hot Radio. We are talking about toxic relationships, getting involved in relationship. We're talking about long years of marriage, knowing that the love and the energy in the marriage is over, but we are staying because of the bills and the responsibilities. Where I know that my wife has somebody else because she's telling me no every time I get in the bed and I get a little close, and she's telling me I don't feel like it. Somebody been through this before where they home with their soulmate, where they are living together, but the wife is telling them no every time they get in the bed because she may be out having sex with somebody else, where her feelings is somewhere else, but the responsibility where she live at, and because we might have kids or we might have family where religion background said that we must fight through this, because some people have been together for 30 years and 25 years, where some of us hit these type of pits inside your relationships. This is why this is a talk show, where we talk about real stuff. This is real stuff that's going on. If you over 50 years old, you've been through some stuff, good and bad. But we want those who have experienced some things. And how did you get over the hump to accept your wife or accept your man if they cheated in a relationship? Did you forgive them? Or women, do y'all not forgive, but you go on doing the duties as a wife where he used to you cooking, he used to you bringing the food, where he's watching TV and you bring your plate? Or do you see some change inside the household where your partner or your wife or your husband, do you really see some changing inside the relationship? I am not a counselor. I'm not a married counselor or relationship. I'm just sharing some experience where I'm close to getting to 60 years old. So I have been around. So we don't talk about unhealthy things. We just put it under the rug and not show our audience in some experience where we maybe can help somebody that is young. Don't have to go through what you go through. Or we just sit there. Say, well, it happened to me. That's on them. No, we got to help each other. Men's got to talk to each other. Women's got to talk to women. We got to stop not communicating with each other. Health and death is coming. And we live in a world and universe where we are not showing love to each other. We don't sit there and share information. We're not helping each other. We're allowing so many people go by the wayside, but we don't share our testimony. Each and every one of y'all watching me today, I know that y'all have a testimony. Where so many men's in penitentiary right now, where 70, 80% of black men are in prison. Where we're seeing over 98% of black males are killing themselves, where men's going to be shortage in America. We have seen more women going away on trips. We have seen more women dancing at clubs, at weddings, at concerts, at live shows, and when we used to go out and dance. Why we are using the commitment of each other? Why are we afraid to help each other? Or maybe you had told somebody something, you said you promised that you will never ever help another person. Maybe you've been bitten by the bug early on in your life, so you just want to mind your business, where the Afro-American community always want to mind their business, but they are the first one with gospel about you when you are trying to do something big. My name is Showtime, the Hype Man on Philly Hot Radio. I am trying to build something bigger than me. I'm only doing what God has put inside of me, my audience. Where a lot of people are afraid to talk about toxic relationship and be in a relationship knowing that your girl is cheating on you. And each and every one of y'all watching me right now been through a relationship where you knew the other person was cheating. That gut feeling. Where that nerves, and when you peeking, checking the phone. Love can be crazy. Do you really love the person you with? Or it's all about having somewhere to sleep? Or some days you love them, or some days, do we really know what love is? Did you learn love inside your mother and father home, where your parents taught you how to love someone? We are seeing domestic relationship where men are strong arming some of these women, where some of these women just don't want to be in. Where we have found that even way back when men used to beat up women, where that was a way to show their love and commitment to the relationship. I have experienced being goofy in a relationship early in my young age, where I wanted to settle with one girl, where at 18 and 19 years old, I experienced that. I experienced having a broken heart. I experienced that someone cheated on me. I experienced some of them things. I know that nobody else experienced that, because y'all all right. But I'm going to tell the truth. See, if I'm going to be a radio host, I need to share to my audience and tell the truth. See, I know what it is to go through the withdrawal in a toxic relationship. I know what it is when you are caught up in a relationship, when you know it ain't no good, but you still in it. Spending your money, taking them shopping. I know what it is Stepped in a relationship that know that my quality and my personality and the person that I became, because I expect good things out of me. I expect quality stuff from me. I expect to live a certain way. And I know that those who are in a mindset, those who are decent men and decent brothers, you expect and know that your mother taught you how to pick a decent woman. And the same with the women. They have watched their father treat their mother. But we all get caught up. And we are seeing it now, where people have been married for 20 and 30 years, where the male figure, because he paid all the bills in the house and he accepted the challenge, where he's working 2 jobs, where his wife home playing with the Facebook and the Instagram and the Twitter, and texting her male friend that she met on Facebook. Where we all now sitting at the table while she constantly texting, he constantly texting, where when we go out for dinner, we both got our phones and looking where the waitress came about twice. Y'all ready to order? Why the main thing, we both on the phone. While she on one side, I'm on the other side. We are getting crazy with these phones. The phones got us. The phones got us. The phone has got us. Everybody got a phone. Even our young children at 8 years old are adapting to phones. Let you lose your phone for 2 days, you'll go crazy. Or have you put yourself on a challenge? Say that I'm not going to open my phone for 5 days. Have you been through discipline with your phone? You and your soulmate inside the house. While we're watching the Steve Harvey show and the Family Feud at 7 o'clock, are we looking to see what's on Facebook or Instagram? Do we feel that the phones has attached to our spirit and our body, and the first thing we do when we wake up, do you reach for your phone the first thing you do when you wake up to see who either texts you or email you? My name is Showtime Hypeman on Philly Hot Radio, 12 o'clock noon show. Call us, call in at 484-477-6348. Do you think that the phones has become a magnet to our personal life? Do you agree with Showtime Hypeman is saying? Yes, phones has become a magnet. Where I saw a stage play where I went with 2 of my friends where they invited me to a stage play about cellular phones, where his wife, his children, and him was all using the phone. But what happened was, true story, ladies and gentlemen, where the wife caught up with an old friend that she used to date in high school, and he hadn't seen her in 30 years, where she started just texting each other on Facebook Messenger, and they started to building a text conversation where every day, where they would text each other back and forth, where even though she was married and she had 3 other children, but the other guy that she hadn't met with 30 years, where he had a mentally illness, and also he had done some things, and he had served some time in penitentiary, where he had never told her the story about his mentally illness, where we have never, for 30 years, you don't know what somebody has done in the last 30 years in which you haven't seen it. But those who even men's, where men's might meet a girl on Facebook where her pictures look like her, or she will have a photo on Facebook where they're really not the real person. And we're finding out that people are meeting people on Facebook where the person may not be the person that posed on the picture, where you get into a conversation on the phone on Facebook, and also then y'all get into changing numbers, but you never saw the person. Ladies and gentlemen, we're seeing people, meeting people on Facebook where this brother came to this woman's house because he thought that they was engaging so much on the Facebook messengers, where they started engaging in every day, where it happened about a year and a half, where he caught up with some feelings with this lady, and he knocked on her door. And it was strange that her husband was pulling up, where the conflict interact, where her husband thought it was a guy that was just doing for Amazon, or someone was maybe, her husband got killed. Where this dude pulled out a gun and killed her husband right in front of her. Where these cell phones, where you want to meet people on Facebook, or you think because they text good and they're giving you some attention where you're not getting attention home. Be aware of meeting people on Facebook or even Instagram. You'll be surprised, they may not be who they think they are, and they might be mentally disturbed or have some type of diagnosis of mental stage where they are normal one day and then they react in another way because you're not in the present and you never knew the history of this person's illness, where it's some mentally ill people out here. Just be careful, audience. For those who are watching me, just be careful. What I'm gonna do, so I just wanted to elaborate on how phones has became a powerful vehicle in our lives. I remember when beepers came out, when everybody wanted a beeper. For those who are watching me, do y'all remember beepers? I'd like to hear your comment, or I'd like to hear someone to call up to talk about, do you remember the beepers? Brother Marvin, thank you. Willie, thank you. Rodney, thank you too. LL, thank you. And Donald, thank you. And Brother Dave, do y'all remember beepers? When people say, man, I ain't getting no beeper, and you find yourself buying a beeper. I remember when emails first came out, when emails were one of the new technology where you can get your mails or information from the courts, information from other people will email you, from your lawyer, your doctor office will email, where a lot of people didn't even understood about email. Not everybody has an email. Where even dealing with business, where the Afro-American community is always the one last when something is new and hot. Where we are seeing digital money, and where we're seeing investments where the other community is so far away ahead of us financially, because we have only been taught just to work for a living, where people show their job is like they Hollywoods. You ever see people that pose their job all the time in their pictures like they in Hollywood? Like they job, like they own the company, where they're profiling, and it's nothing wrong with that. I want to make that clear to my audience. But have you seen the mindset of us where we are programmed just to work for somebody else? Where half of the black community, half of us, at least 80%, are programmed just to work for somebody. and put 20 years or 30 years where you'll never get rich. Yeah, you may gain a nice car. You may gain a nice single home somewhere where you will meet someone, or you maybe hook up with a doctor where she's making a nice salary, where you're making a nice salary. We put it together where we can go to the bank to purchase a home where the loan officers and those where our credit score, where business people, they do it a whole different way. They don't think like working people. They don't act like working people. They work hard to achieve, to keep building business after business. Where they meet other stock bonders, they meet other revenue, they meet how to build their business credit up so they can live off of their business credit. Where they target the big stuff, where we target the credit cards. I got a Macy card, I got every card. You may got every credit card, but it's gonna cost you. And it's gonna cost your husband if he don't know that you signed for some credit cards on his Social Security because you was your wife. It's time for us to wake up and start being our own leaders in our own community and start using the mind that God gave you. What was the last time that you sat at your kitchen table, or you sat in your bedroom, or maybe you have a nice basement where you can go downstairs, where that can be a spot where you put on your thinking cap, where you're trying, it's not like you're a person love making cookies, where you thought about maybe selling cookies. Yeah, cookies maybe be little to you. Where people makes millions and millions of dollars off of baking cookies. Where you are good in this baking cookies. Where you have made a recipe where your ingredients with your cookies melt in your mouth, but you have never learned the business way or how to buy a little white box, how to decorate it, where you may can put 3 or 4 cookies inside it and never know that you can start a cookie business. Where also you have people that gifted as artists, where if you have never went to school before, but you just know how to draw, you just know how to paint, you just know how to do stuff, where being creative with arts and crafts, where you are good of decorating, you are good of designing, you are good of fabric, where a lot of us have never understood how to use our gift that God gave us. Because my name is Showtime the Hype Man on Philly Hot Radio, where we are broadcasting live around the world, where most people are afraid of the talent and the gift that God gave them. So what we do, we just settle in and allow the gift, because we are focused on so many other stuff, but we never focus on the gift that God gave you. Because we are worried about what people might say. And you wonder why every year you never progress in your income, because you based on your Social Security, your disability, or you work for 30 years for somebody else. So you wonder why everybody else is enjoying life when you go to some of the big places. Hey, Demond, how you doing? We're looking forward for you to come on tomorrow on Philly Hot Radio. So, Monica, how you doing? We want to thank you, Faye. We want to thank you. So tomorrow's show will be a great show. We're doing a live interview tomorrow on the phone, where I had this outstanding God-fearing woman, where I heard her story where she attracted me to bring her on our show tomorrow live on Philly Hot Radio, where she had been in this business ever since she was 14 years old, where she had saw ups and downs in this business. She is still striving in spite of that money may not be the way it used to be when she first started getting to this business. Or maybe she has been student in helping young artists to create them, to get the mindset to understand that this is a business, but also you have to have a passion and be creative. So tomorrow's show, we got an outstanding guest. I want y'all to tune in tomorrow. Let me tell you, this show tomorrow gonna be uplifting, because anybody knows Showtime the Hype Man. When I bring my A game, I bring the best out of our people that come on this show. So we be seeing you tomorrow and hoping that God will bless you and our audience will bless you for the knowledge and the spirit that you're bringing to Philly Hot Radio. My name is Showtime the Hype Man on Philly Hot Radio. We are broadcasting live around the world. For those who are watching me, where you can get a copy, where you can go onto the YouTube channel, that's 2 T's. That H is 2 T's. So we got a hot, it means 2 T's, where you can watch Showtime the Hype Man live on the YouTube channel around the world. And it's important that we support this show, where I'm going to be a part of one of the biggest virtual concert around the world on September the 21st, where we are waiting for one of the biggest group. I'm not going to give y'all no name. I'm talking about one of the biggest group that going to sign up. And that's when all the other groups going to line up. See, you only need, that's like if you're doing podcast radio, or if you're doing, all you need is one big star, and everybody else will fall in and want to be on your show. See, that's how black folks think. Where because I have a gift, and because when I'm doing on the low level, anybody that started low anyway. Nobody went straight up to the top. You got to put your work in. See, a lot of y'all just want to get there, but you're not willing to roll up your sleeves and do all the tough stuff, to do all the things that it takes to be successful. Can you handle success? Can you handle if God put $1 million where somebody call you up and offer you $1 million? Are you prepared to have $1 million budget? Are you? Or you will blow the $1 million, and this is the only time, this is your only $1 million you got. Are you ready? Can you handle $1 million budget? Or a big time promoter say that I want to do a 26 tour with Babyface, After 7, Fantasian, Frankie Beverly Mays, Kim. Can you handle a tour with $1 million budget, with dealing with artists, dealing with musicians, dealing with the sound crew, dealing with people that's in the industry business? Do you have the right team right now? If a phone call you up, do you know the right people that can handle $1 million business, where you got to organize a 26 concert tour around every city in the United States and around the world? Are you prepared? Or you are still dealing with relationships, talking about I'm in love? I don't know what Bob gonna do. Can you handle success? My name is Showtime the Hype Man on Philly Hot Radio. We are broadcasting live, and where I am grateful for the opportunity that I'm about to get, where I'm finding myself studying every day at my young age, where I accept the challenge and the opportunity that God has gave me, where I don't look at age, I look at how to be creative. Where so many people in the grave right now never got a chance because they was in a relationship that they thought, or they was in some religion situation that took away. We're afraid what people going to say. Don't you worry about people, ladies and gentlemen. Them same people gonna talk about you when you're successful. They gonna talk about you when you get rejected. They gonna talk about you when you do make it. They gonna talk about when you buy a home. They gonna talk about you when you lose your home. They gonna talk about you when you got that $1 million contract and you messed all the money up. If you want to live and be a superstar, if you want to do something, let them talk. Just let them talk. Why they talking, you working behind the scene. Why they talking, you on your computer every day learning your skills. That's what Showtime the Hype Man do. I am working every day to be the #1 radio host around the world. You don't want to be the #1, just want to be average. See, I'm past being average. See, I'm ready to kick some doors that I thought that I couldn't kick in. I know that God has gave me a gift, and my voice is my gift. Y'all better watch out. You're watching one of the newest rising star radio hosts. I'm excited about my future. I'm excited that the road and the intersection that God has planned a whole new road for me for success. See, because I don't worry about my age. See, I don't worry about my past. See, I don't worry about getting divorced. See, I don't worry about if my bank account is getting low and I'm getting all paranoid. See, because I trust God. See, the problem is that half of y'all don't even trust your own self and your own ability when God has gave you a gift. Do you know what your gift is, audience? For those who are watching me right now, call up. The phone lines are open. 484-477-6348. Call up. I'm here live on the radio show. We got a brand new show coming up, and I'm excited about my future. When was the last time that you got up feel excited about something? I'm not talking about money. See, money is the root of all evil. How have you learned how to be happy? For those who are watching me, have you ever woke up just feeling happy? Happiness is the key to success. For those who are watching me, and you're watching me for a reason, where I take my broadcast and the things that I'm doing, I take it serious. Because I understand what's in front of me, where I don't have to brag and I don't have to boast. Tell my audience what I'm doing. See, I work behind the scenes, but when it come up, when you do see it, you're gonna say, man, Showtime worked his ass off. Because I don't listen to my haters. Because half of my audience and those who are just living just to get by, that's not me. I want to do more in life. I want to see this big world that God has of us, where I'm finding myself going over into a whole new world this Sunday, where I had never thought that I'll be broadcasting somewhere around the world. It's a pleasure that I'll be doing a live show across the other sea. A little guy that stepped here 19 months ago, me and Dr. Rock, we came to Philly Hot Radio not knowing our destiny, didn't know what we was going to do. Where me and Dr. Rock stayed at this radio station, Philly Hot Radio. I want to thank Philly Hot Radio for giving me an opportunity where a lot of people said, there ain't no real radio station. See, it all was black, it was blacks. It wasn't my white friends, it wasn't my Latino friends, it wasn't my Asian friends. It was black people where they are used to radio stations where they play in their car, but because of the internet, the new technology, where I went purchase a podcast, broadcast equipment where so many people are building their own radio station worldwide, where the Afro-American community is stuck on the old way. What channel are you on? First thing they say. Where all radio stations started in the basement or in an office building where they got together with someone created an idea to build something. See, we're not creative, where we may only own 2 black radio stations where the other people got about 20 or 30 radio stations in their community. See, we the only ones that stick with the same stuff, where we're not able to help other people. We're not able to allow a black man or black woman create an opportunity for themselves, because the only way, because we're not used to supporting each other. And that is the saddest thing that I ever heard, where we have never learned. Unless I bring Kevin Hart from Philadelphia on my radio show, where I know Kevin Hart got a lot of Instagram viewers. But nobody knows that Kevin Hart worked his ass off. Will Smith worked his ass off. See, nobody, Steve Harvey worked his, and he's still working. If Showtime the Hype Man want to make it, I'm going to have to work my tail off. That every day, I'm going to have to study, read. Do you really want to be successful? Or you just want to work all your life and retire and wait for a check that you get at the end of the month? Where we are conditioned to work for people. We are not conditioned when a man or a woman create that we'll sit there and gospel and talk about, oh, they corny. They ain't going to make it. See, we forgot how to encourage a guy that's a guy that may be down his basement, and he's telling us that he know how to design shoes, but because he's black, and y'all gonna tell, oh man, you don't know how to, because we might have a woman that maybe make the best cookies, but Miss Ann is baking inside our oven, where we are largely, when we have never learned how to encourage each other, just like Marie that got all her bakes from every supermarket when Marie first started. Now all her cakes and pies in every supermarket, even where she had a dream, even Kentucky Fried Chicken Colonel, he had a dream. Now it's chicken all over the place. Even Wendy's, when they wanted to make hamburger, why black folks ain't dreaming no more? We don't dream. We just watch other people and hope they fail, because we're like in a cage where we have never came outside that cage. Where we struggle. So we are struggling as a race because we are not creative. So my name is Showtime the Hype Man. I see y'all tomorrow. We got a great show tomorrow. We're doing a live interview on the phone where she lives in Minnesota, but she says she's from Chicago. Well, we're gonna find out where she really lives and why she want to stay in this business and why she want to help so many artists. This woman is an outstanding woman. Y'all gonna really enjoy this conversation tomorrow. So tune in tomorrow at 12 noon on Philly Hot Radio. I want to thank everybody that watched us today. I see y'all tomorrow. I gave y'all a lot of stuff to think about, but all we remember, I love y'all, I love y'all, I love y'all, I love y'all. My name is Showtime the Hype Man on Philly Hot Radio, 12 o'clock noon show. See ya.